Everyone, and welcome back to Summoner's War. This time for the Reloaded update. My name is Come To Us Evan, and with me today, it's Jugg. What's up, Jugg?
What's up, Evan? What's up, guys?
Good to see everybody here today. I see a lot of folks in chat already. Shige Ninja, Salvi, Johannes, I see Magic Silver over there. DHDP, Valingchan says, let's go! Let's go, Johannes! Yeah, you know, so I've been seeing a lot of feedback since the update resolved, as it were. I don't know why I've got MTG knowledge. Like, MTG words are just sitting in my head right now. Since that resolved update went on the stack and resolved. So we'll talk about that. And we're going to experience it live with you guys here today. We're still kind of in our semi-first impressions mode. You've been playing it, right?
And I will also show free-to-play teams if you guys want to see those. Because I have made some free-to-play teams. And just to make it a little bit doable for you guys, because this boss hits really hard.
He slaps, dude. He's
like, you get punched once and your team just disintegrates.
It just evaporates.
Yeah, it makes sense why people are like, oh, this is not too free to play friendly. But for sure, I'll show you some free to play teams, and that way you guys can have a little bit less trouble with this.
Exactly. Yeah. So we can talk about like the abyss floors and everything too, and also I'd love to talk about the evolution system. So you guys are probably going to hear. Yeah, something not right about the evolution, says Johannes. So we can kind of elaborate on that a little bit. Granted, I've only evolved one monster. I put Rosvelg from 4-star to 6-star for use here, actually. Jugg's showcasing him on the team. And we'll talk about what that evolution means for new players and like for, you know, people with a lot. Because the common complaint I'm seeing is that it's draining some resources in favor of like usability and like ease of use, right? Like I was able to take him from 4-star to 6-star without leaving the power-up area at all, right? But when I put in like the auto add, I saw that it took like 1,000. This is a little bit of hyperbole, but it took like 1,000 monsters out of my storage.
Which is crazy.
That's a lot of monsters. Granted, they were 1 and 2 stars, right? So it's like, it's
okay, yeah.
Now with that in mind, guys, before we it only ended up taking a few. I think I used Rainbow Mon only. I only ended up using like 6 or 11 or something Rainbow Mon. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Angel Mon. And I took Rosvelg up from level 1 6-star all the way up to level 36. So essentially, if you're powering up monsters, you can still use the same system. You can approach it the same way you did before. You can still use 5-star Rainbow Mon to just take them from 5 to 6, which I did. But I think what we'll do is later in the stream, we're going to summon. And then if I get like an Indra or an Asura, I'll just try to put it to 6-star on stream so we can check it out. And I'm seeing no Traith here. It's nice for quick usability, I agree. But as a 3-day-old account, I have not nearly enough monsters to even team to do a 6-star. I think I had a hard time reading that sentence.
I'll put it like this: if you're an experienced Summoners War player, just do it the old school way.
Yeah, just do it the old way. Exactly.
You know what to do. You're good. You don't have to worry about anything. Obviously, it's a new feature, so there's gonna be some problems with it. You know, just like with auto rune equipping, there's a little bit.
Oh, and we got to
that.
You just brought me to my second bullet point. I'm so glad you said that. Because this is a new mechanic, right? I'm going to use the word new mechanic. It's really just a redux on an old one. But like something you guys got to keep in mind is that the devs have like eyes on everything that just dropped, right?
Everything.
Like this is probably at the forefront of their mind. They've been thinking about this for ages, and they're going to keep thinking about it now that players have gotten their hands on it, right? So if a change needs to be made, have confidence that like that change it could be made by the devs, because I mean they're thinking about it. But we're gonna need to sit with it for a minute. I encourage you guys. I see these are the first thoughts. You know, we're all downloading this now and we're playing with it for the first time. Sit with it for a little bit, try it out, see how your opinion changes. Try the old way, try the new way, and then if the opinion stays the same, do what you're doing and share it. I think that this is a great way to make change happen in Summoners War, right? So like if you guys are posting comments on Fuse, I see it. If you're talking to us on stream, we see it. And then that will eventually, if a change needs to be made, it'll lead to it. So all this to say, appreciate you guys, and just remember to play with it for a bit, you know? It's kind of like a new piece of furniture. You got to see if you like the chair before, you return it.
Yeah, that's why when it comes to this update, they told people it's going to come in 2 parts. This is the reason why we didn't get it all at once, because they're like, okay, there's a lot that we're changing, so let's do half first, and let's work through these problems first. Then we do the second half, we'll work through those problems, then we'll be better. Obviously, they want this game to be in a lot better state. That's the whole point of the Reloaded update. Obviously, a lot of stuff didn't make any sense. So that's why they're like, okay, we got to change this because it's not where we want it to be at all. So yeah, they're definitely listening. They're definitely watching. All the feedback that you guys are putting out are 1,000% being looked at. So you guys will be fine. Well, they're 1,000% looking at it, and it'll be changed over time. So just be patient.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm seeing a lot of comments in here. Salvi Evan, Salvi Elliot Lake. What's going on, dude? Elliot Lake, it's been a second since I've seen you in chat. So let's talk about the Abyss floor real quick. So what have you seen as like a primary like pitfall when going into one of these new floors?
People are trying to do their old teams. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
The boss hit's really hard. So I think Veramos is pretty key. The Veramos buffs that have been happening are pretty dope because it makes him a lot better unit. Also, I've seen a lot of people complain about that you can't dot him. Obviously, there's a reason why. They want to take people out of the old way of farming and into a new way of farming. Which is kind of ironic because I'm using a very old team. But
dude, you were using Lin. I was like, yeah, we should try Lin.
Yeah, I was using. I went into like 2019 Summoners War, and I started using Lin. Like as you can see, I'm using Fran, Lauren, Lucian, Sigmaris, Veramos. This team works. So I know people are like, their main issue is like, oh, it's not free to play friendly. Oh, trust me, it is. It's very doable.
It is.
You just have to be really safe. You kind of have to go into an old school mindset when it comes to Summoners War, where it's like, you know, you have to like kind of like take stuff out, you know, in the beginning. And obviously like the later game players,
right?
They got the runes to just damage everything and just push their way through. But if you're like probably like an early to mid game player, you gotta play it really safe. So Lauren you may not want to have a violent. Mine is. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You know, I'm not worried about it. Like Veramos on Rage is actually pretty viable because you can't dot him, but Veramos S2 does a lot of damage. So yeah, you gotta have to go like with the old school. Like you gotta go back to 2019, 2018 Summoners War, where you know you want to take stuff out at first, and then as you get the runes to like. Woo! Figure stuff out, you'll be good.
Oh, legend, baby.
Hey, there you go.
So I'm running it on the side here, guys. I don't know if you can see this, to be honest, because I can't see it. But yeah, that's kind of how innovation happens. You start slow. You start with the tanky teams. My team is very slow, but it hasn't failed yet. So my team is Veramos, Fran, Bella Dion, Naomi, and then Hrosvelg. The reason is because obviously the counterattack is way more punishing than it was before, right? Yeah, like way more. And also I took the Seishizo approach and put Veramos on Rage. I did try.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go because it's just Veramos S2 does so much damage.
Veramos is the MVP of this patch, says Elliot. Like, yeah.
Like he's been getting slowly better, like low key. So he's actually pretty good. Also, I'm kind of determined that the reason why the boss does so much damage is because he winds back. That's probably why he does so much damage.
Yeah, he puts his full force in it.
He puts his old like.
Yeah. Like whoa, Doman! Congratulations,
hey,
Icy Flake! Wow, Icy Flakes, congrats! And then Valinchen says a guy shared a 27 speed intangible on chat 150. I'm gonna steal his RNG. Wow, GZ to that guy. But yeah, my team for the Abyssal is really slow. I'm talking 2 minutes. Like, but that's as my first attempt at something, right? And I'm only using Bella Dion because like I don't want to do the 3 hits and my Lauren's on Vio and I don't want to go through the whole thing of reruning her right now. I'll do that later.
Yeah, you can solo, but that's not new. So like has always been able to solo giants, so that's nothing new. But
Savannah's also a cheat code.
Savannah is the next great cheat code. Like if you have a Savannah, like if you want to go towards like a way for free to play teams, Savannah's great. Tashar is great actually if you want a really good safe team because Tashar can stun the whole entire crystals and golems and everything, so it makes your team a lot safer. Sigmaris is also pretty good because again HP based damage, and as we know the giant has 10 billion health.
Yeah.
So you know that's also pretty good. So that's why also Len is actually kind of sleeper because Len you can put her on like an HP could damage HP set. And she does a lot of damage onto the boss because all of her skills do damage based off HP. So there's a lot of great options that you can have. 1000%.
Dude, look at how I don't know if you saw at the end of that run, but like my team is like full health at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's totally doable. Totally doable. Actually, and I've seen folks talking about dragons. We should try dragons.
Oh, dragons is hard.
Let's try.
I agree with that. Dragons is a little bit harder, but For dragons, I'm using a bit of an older school team to go through my dragons. Oh, I'm about to lose this one, right? Oh no,
no, you're good. Yeah, actually, like low key, you've been in this position I think 2 times now, and I saw it and I was like, oh, Veramos has got this. Like, it looks like it's close, but it doesn't. I mean, it can be close, you know.
It definitely could work out.
Oh wow, I'm about to get a quad roll on crit. What the? I just got a trip roll on crit damage. Let's go, quad roll, quad. I just got a quad roll on crit damage.
I can go on variables.
Look at that. Yeah, this is for Vero. Oh my god, that's actually so sick. What the heck? Magic Mort, what's going on, guys? And Heribert, I'm so sorry for what I just did to your name, bro. And the new evolution is taking up more resources than before, and it's kind of complicated. So just to address that really fast, because I don't want you to feel like you're being ignored, I actually just talked about that, so let's wait for like maybe 10 more minutes or something, and then we can chat about it. I want to let people kind of come in to the stream, and then we can address it again. I just don't want to be so repetitive that it becomes annoying to the people who are already here, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll chat about that a little bit more in a moment. But meanwhile, in Dragon, is that a Lapis? Is that a Lapis?
That is indeed a Lapis.
Heck yeah, man!
Lapis is great here because Lapis reduces attack bar on S1. So ideally, you kind of want her on Violent, but I have her on Fatal, just to make it again more friendly. But it definitely works because
this is so cool.
Yeah.
Would you ever make an argument for like Despair for like making it easy on the way up? Or is this
I think Violent's a bit better because you want more S1s to reduce attack bars on the towers. But that's the main reason why. And then when you get to the boss, Spectre is the boss killer.
Does the water Asura or Asura? Does the water Shura look any good? Probably means the new Asura. Water Indra is amazing. Dude, the Super Saiyans, I'm so excited.
He's super psyched for that.
Avery, I'm not ignoring you. I'm so sorry. I saw not on purpose. I saw your message earlier talking about the team you're using. You said you were using like Wusa, Momo, 2A Shannon. Is that what you were saying you were using? Both his skills and his design. Dude, okay, so check this out. So like Wind Indra, right? Like total Super Saiyan, right? It's everything I've ever wanted in a monster as far as like design goes. I think that their skills are such a flavor win.
They're pretty good.
It is amazing what they did with this. That's the design space. You can tell they've been thinking about this for a while. So it's like I love that the skill 2 on the Windra, as Magic Mort put it, it's like it's attack break, right? And when you're in that ascended form, it applies a brand. So it shows like, okay, they're dealing less damage to you, but you're also thematically dealing more damage to them because you're in that super form. I just think that is like so flavorful, like regardless of how good it is.
Are they your favorite monsters? Are they replacing Carlos?
Yes, I haven't even summoned one.
Replacing Carlos?
Oh, and so easily too.
You're replacing Carlos?
At least as far as design goes, Jug. Like we'll see. Gameplay, Carlos is king, but like as far as like design, we'll see. I'm confident that I'm gonna like them, but we're gonna see. I've been wanting something like this for a long time.
You're asking for my Vert runes? They're literally the exact team for Trikaru. I haven't changed my Vert at all. He's still on Rage Blade.
You know, I saw.
I can show you.
There was a comment on a YouTube video recently where someone said it's pronounced Trikaru, not Trickaru, and I just replied. I said, "Bro, I'm the official account. I'm the same what I want." Potato. What's going on, Havoc? Yeah, I'm stuck on Spiritual Realm, can't do repeat battle, help. I know that the game really wants you to use crit buff. What did I use to clear? I used something not that. I didn't
I showed Evan, I literally...
You just threw things together. I'm actually salty about how much you just threw things together.
I used Cardinal.
You used Cardinal! What the heck is that?
And it completed it. I literally fell asleep while I was doing it, so.
So I don't think my team is something that you should do. It's Verd, Fran, Beladion, Naomi, Rogue. That's actually what I used to clear B10.
Yeah, Spectra's on a violent focus, because I want him to have at least 100% accuracy for the S3. But he's speed, crit damage, accuracy. If you're asking.
I'm asking.
By the way, this is a very, very old school team. Shout out to Jubagel. Jubagel created this team for when Giants when the shift happened and when we had B12s. This is literally a team that Jubagel put out on his channel. You can literally look this up. It's the exact same team, and so I still have these monsters and it works just fine. Because the main problem is you're gonna have to try to get to the towers The towers are the ones that, when it gets the immunity up, it gets a little bit annoying. Lapis is the cheat code because Lapis reduces attack bar on her S1. So ideally, you want Lapis on Violent, so that way she can keep reducing the attack bar
twice.
And then Spectra is just, like I said, the boss killer.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So you put him on like high crit damage.
Yeah, you put him on high crit damage and on Violent, so that way he can S2 more often.
I have 3 crows built, and like I don't think I need to rune all of them anymore. So I think Spectra is going to get a rune upgrade from the crows, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah, Spectra's really great here. So yeah, if you have a Spectra is like super duper.
Should I buy this just to roll it or no?
I mean, it's flat.
It's flat, but it's so I'm asking Jugg if I should get it.
I mean, you have the mana. There's
do.
no reason not to. If you get, I mean, it doesn't matter either way.
I'll buy it, and then when I sell it, I might get those legendary pieces,
you'll
right? So let's go see. Let's see what happens. Chat, give me luck, okay? Because I might get a quad roll on speed on a flat defense room. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, trust. Like I was up early, just like everybody else. I woke up at 2:30. I went to sleep, woke up.
So,
like I said, I was already thinking about using this team. I was like, if I can't use my old teams, then I'm gonna use this team for sure. I think people are trying to work out through Giants because again, a lot of newer players are pretty much going through Giants, but Giants is definitely doable. All the teams are 1,000% doable, and as you can see, like this team is pretty much free to play. This like people can't say, oh, you can't use free to play monsters in these dungeons. Yes, you can.
oh, you totally can. Absolutely.
It'll probably be a little bit slower than the average like later game player, but 1,000% is it's doable.
Let me try dragons.
Some ways to probably make it a little bit faster. Like I said, just upgrade the rune quality. Also, artifacts make it a little bit easier too, because you can do things like damage dealt to fire.
Yeah, and shift things around. Shift things around. You know, because it's like if we're doing abyss floors, right? You know, like I just mentioned, I've had 3 crows runed because I've been doing the Lucian triple crow Lauren team for Giants B12.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't necessarily need to have all those crows runed, at least during the season of Giants, right? So it's like you can, or dragons, you can move one of those around.
Sour Potato, this depends on where you are in the game. If you are an early game player, you may want to do, you'll probably just do Swift, but I do recommend you at least do crit rate. Do like either speed, crit rate, HP. If you're an early game player, if you're more mid game, try to do speed, crit damage, attack. Speed, damage, HP. That works as well. Either way, you just want a lot of crit damage and you'll be fine.
Let's see here.
Can you make a crit lead like to start team and spiritual realm? I mean, again,
you're like, if I was to think about it, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, also something that people didn't see is that you do get your crit rate back as long as you're applying buffs. Yeah. That's what I read in there. So it's like it's halved, right? But then you get 5% back for every buff. So that's what got me thinking, like, oh, if you were going to go with a slow comp, Riley does apply a ton of buffs. So, that's not a terrible option. Emery says, I hate the new boss. I'm okay with having to think a little bit. I think it's good that we're having to think.
Okay. People wanted more PvE content where we use our brains. Come on, man. It's not that
Yeah, and I also like that they put all the runes from like Rift Beasts in there. So it's like it's kind of now it's easier to farm for the runes that you want.
My favorite is still artifacts. I love the new artifact change. The new artifact change is so great. Considering artifacts are incredibly important to the game nowadays. The change to artifacts are so great, and I love it. And I can't wait.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't have to pay for artifacts, so it's easy to go through your artifacts right now.
Dude, not having to pay for artifacts is huge because
now your artifacts drop at plus 15. So it's like, why pay for something that drops at plus 15?
It's amazing.
It's so great.
It's so good.
It's actually so great.
And frankly, this is a pretty mana-intensive update, right? Like we've seen it all over the place. So not having to spend mana on powering up artifacts is such a blessing.
As a meta billionaire, it's okay. It's all right. The Bank of Jug is over.
Even if you have the right team and you don't have a recommended stats for your monsters, it's still not work. I think I might not be understanding that one. Even you have the right team and you don't have a recommended stats for your monsters, it's still not work.
Well, that's why it works 1,000%. And I think they changed it to where is it? Because like I can show you the runes on these teams. It's pretty. They're not that great. Like especially my Spectre. You want to see my Spectre?
Yeah, I'd like to see your Spectre.
My Spectre is nothing crazy. My Spectre is nothing crazy. Like it is totally achievable. It is
achievable. I love
it. Look at it. I'm not even
Oh, that's very
this isn't
achievable.
crazy. This
That's,
isn't
no,
crazy.
it's not. That's not
this
crazy.
isn't crazy at all. Like,
You know what? That gives me hope. That gives me
look
hope.
at the lapis. Lapis. This is totally achievable.
Very achievable.
Is it, like she's fatal. Was it fatal?
Oh my god, that's almost wait, that's almost too achievable, Jugg.
This is very achievable. It's not crazy.
Dude, the 8k HP makes me think it's almost a little
Plus
too.
78 speed.
Oh, a little too
Trust me
achievable.
when I say this is achievable. I literally just threw runes on people. I didn't care about efficiency. I didn't care about trying to get the best stats possible. I just said, here, take it.
Take it.
Farm.
Woo! Oh my
That's what I
god.
say. It's not too crazy. It's definitely
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that seems good.
Spectre is on speed, crit damage, accuracy.
I just ruined a Spectre that's arguably better than Jug's. So if I can do it, you can do it.
Violent focus.
If I can do it, you can do it.
The grinding, of course, but because I've been playing for a year, so yeah, grinding for sure.
If I can ruin a Spectre that's arguably better than what Jug's got right now, then you can do it too.
2A Tractor has already been announced. It's going to drop in August. They literally told you today.
Dude.
It's in August.
Tractor and also Copper. We got the living armors too, which is so cool. God, the Frankensteins needed it so bad, dude. They were so
I can't wait to see
ugly.
what they look like.
Me too. I can't wait. How many HP needed? You know, probably not too much, right? Like you're trying to
for this
reduce
dungeon?
attack bars.
Yeah, because of Verd and also just the fact that they're slowed and you're not taking too much damage because they're not moving too often. You obviously want to have as much HP as possible, but for the most part, if the team is doing the job, you're not gonna get hit too much. Like as you can see, when I get to the boss 4, he's not really hitting me too much. So that way, I don't have to worry too much about HP because Verd gives attack bar. Spectre is reduced the attack bar, Lapis is reduced the attack bar, so you're not really getting hit too much. So you don't have to worry too much about your HP.
You said you put Fatal on your Lapis, right?
It's Fatal Blade.
Okay.
Fatal Blade.
Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's up with that.
And Lapis
If I can
is
make Vio,
damage accuracy.
if I can make Vio work, that'd be really cool. God, I wish Shina had. Dude, imagine if Shina had the reduce. That'd be so amazing.
Yeah, because with Napster, my bad. Because of the boss because of Spectre doing HP based damage, it doesn't matter about Spectre stats. It matters about the boss's
stats. Exactly. Nice.
Even Spectre at 5-star, as long as he has the crit damage, you're okay.
Yes.
So as you can see, like in the boss, like the boss hasn't attacked once, so like once you have immunity, you're pretty Gucci.
Someone just asked, sorry to interrupt, someone just asked, isn't the mana needed to upgrade runes too much? Well, I think we're gonna have to take some time to see, because I think right now people are going plus 15 crazy, and like for the runes you're farming, you should still do 369, I'd say. Like
Yes.
that, yeah.
And here's also a pro tip. When you're leveling your runes, 3, 6, 9, and if everything is going the right way, you're saving mana. If you're a person that goes plus 15, obviously
Exactly.
it's super expensive.
It is expensive.
You don't want to do that to all your runes.
Exactly. Save it.
Do like plus 3.
Save it.
I didn't want that roll. Sell it.
Yeah.
Plus 3. I didn't want that roll. Sell it.
Yeah.
Like plus 3. Oh, that's cool. Plus 6. Oh, okay.
Because plus 3
5.
is like
Oh,
5k.
okay.
It's
No,
like it's nothing. Plus
Yeah.
5 is like nothing. And also the other thing too is we have to figure out. So guys, for this, it's still too early to say if like this is too much mana in one area or another, and I'll tell you why. It's because of changes, like moving around things. Like all your artifacts are now dropping plus 15, so you're not spending mana on that. You know, it's like all these different things are happening in the game, and you got to see how that shifts the game's economy.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what it works. And like honestly, if it is too much, it can be adjusted. Like it's that easy. It can be adjusted.
Also, for the person asking, does Spectre need to be 2A? No, he does not need to be 2A. He'll do just fine at normal. Obviously, 2A is a little bit better because the attack break, but again, you're not going to get attacked too much, so it doesn't really matter.
You're doing speed, crit damage, attack on your Lapis, or speed, crit damage, HP?
No, attack or damage accuracy.
Attack, crit damage, accuracy. Look at you.
You want to land the S1 pushback.
Look at you. That's awesome. Okay, let me try that. Attack, crit damage, accuracy. That's kind of sick, actually.
As you can see, like literally, you can look at this whole entire fight. Count how many times this boss attacks me. Count how many times this boss attacks me this whole entire fight.
It shifts the economy. You, me, reload the economy.
Reload. Look at the new terminology nowadays. It's like, hey, like I reloaded my runes. I reloaded my teams.
DHDP seems to have encountered a bug. Perhaps if you maxed out a monster, you can't level up their skills. I just found this out trying to upgrade my level 35 werewolf. That might need to be tested. Maybe we'll test that out, and if that's a bug, we'll get it fixed. Oh, what's the best teams? Hey, this is from Endurance. What's up, dude? What are the best teams we're running for the new Dragon and Giants?
For the new Dragons, if you're an early game player, I do highly suggest this team. This team is just, like I said, the bot. How many times has boss attacked me?
None.
He's about to get his first
attack.
He was about to.
First attack's happening.
He's not going to, no. He never attacked me once. And for Giants, for a starter team, it's still Fran Lauren. Fran Lauren are the OG best monsters for like early game players. Fran Lauren, Veramos is pretty good. Fran Lauren, Veramos, Sigmaris, and Lucian. If you're like an early game player, you don't have Lucian, just anything that's AoE like Hrailsbelg.
Hrailsbelg is
really
really
more of like a speed team type of person. Yeah, Hrailsbelg's pretty good. Excuse me. Tashar's pretty good. I think Tashar's pretty good for making your team safe because Tashar stuns everything now. You also have Naomi's pretty good. Lauren's good, but I suggest
with a caveat.
Yeah, like if I were you Lauren in a speed team, 1000% put Lauren on like Swift or triple fight, because you don't want Lauren to multi-hit the boss, because the boss will literally one-punch your whole entire team.
Yeah.
And I will just, no. It hurts.
Exactly.
And 1000% hurts. So that you can try as well, but for the most part, like there's a lot of options for Giants that you can try. But for Dragons, if you're having trouble, like I said, this team works. I'm literally putting it on screen so you guys can see that it's 1000% possible. It's very easy to do. All fusible, all secret dungeon monsters, and as you can see, like I've been showing this, like how many times the boss attacked me.
A lot. Yeah, you've been showing
the boss
it.
has not attacked me once. Every run, he has not attacked me once, and it's definitely possible. Your Spectre does not need to be 2A. Obviously 2A will make it a little bit better, but obviously he does not need to be 2A. You can throw in a random Spectre from a secret dungeon as long as he's bad skill.
Nice. Dude, and I'm putting some fresh runes on Lapis for the first time in years, which is really cool. I might have misread the comment. How important is accuracy on Lauren? Did you answer that already?
Accuracy on Lauren is the utmost important.
The utmost.
It's the utmost important.
Like if you're gonna upgrade one thing, make it be that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the boss has finally attacked me once. Good job, boss.
Yeah, good job, boss.
You finally attacked me once in this whole entire game. But 1000%. Yeah, accuracy on Lauren is super important. Because she has to land her defense break and also her strips whenever the boss gets, let's say the boss does get some immunity up, you want to be able to strip that off when she gets to her S2. So yeah, since I can't strip the boss, he literally keeps attacking me.
Oh god, I didn't put enough HP on my Lapis.
I saw too soon.
Oh bro, I don't have enough HP on my Lapis.
Alright, we're good now. We should be fine now. Boss can't attack me anymore.
Okay, good. Yeah, dude, I'm in the. My Lapis is not looking. Dude, I'm panicking. Things did not go well for Lapis, guys. We're struggling.
Which boss are people having the most trouble with? And
then we can give it a try. That's a great question. Let me go do the dragons. I actually haven't done dragons yet. So we're doing that.
Fran Lauren, Spectra.
Fran Lauren, Spectra.
The Moon Lady? Okay, I will say this, guys. I'm not even joking. You're gonna see my Giant team and be like, what? Like,
oh, wait.
Don't use this team. I'm just telling you that.
Oh, Veramos has reduced attack bar too. Actually, wait a second. I'm gonna run this with Veramos. I'm gonna run this with Veramos real quick, guys, and I'll report back to you. So, because I do have the game open on the side, and we're gonna summon later too.
So for Giants, I know for Giants, it's definitely like the harder one for most people.
Yeah.
Like I said, here's a free to play team. I don't use this team, but this team is 1000% free to play. Obviously 2 fusibles. Actually, Lucian may be like the. Hey, Lucian ain't free to play, but Lucian's fine.
Exactly, yeah. I think Lucian and some 4-stars, like 4-stars are gradually like kind of getting more on the free-to-play spectrum as we get more and more choosing out for them.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting so much scrolls that at some point you'll get a Lucian.
Yeah, like who chose Lucian for their 4-star? I'd like to take a quick poll in chat. Raise your hand. Let us know. Yeah, Giants is tricky. I'm using that team right now. It's great. Apparently, a Kamamir is greater than Lucian for Abyss. You know, you're putting a lot of debuffs on. Between the branding from Naomi, the branding from Hrailsbelg, if you're using that too.
That's possible.
The glancing, that's absolutely possible. The new evolve system is not new. Oh, and Afro. So we'll talk about that momentarily. I brought this up a second ago, but we talked about that at the start of the stream, so I'm just going to let some more people kind of roll in, and then we'll address that.
Yeah, Adam Bomb. Tashar is great. I'm using Tashar in my main team, and he's really great. He makes the team super duper safe because, again, he stuns everything, so you don't have to worry about, like, taking damage. Like, by Evan, by Evan logic, if you're not taking damage...
That's healing. That's healing. That is healing. Dude, that's so funny. Wow, that was a really great suggestion that I just saw in the chat. I lost it. I'm so sorry, but somebody said that Windy is kind of a cheat code for this. Because he can't get defense broken.
Oh, that is true.
Wow, that's hilarious. The only thing is
that is 1000% true.
He hits a lot, though, is the problem. He hits
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But the only problem is, like, when it comes to, like, teams like that, it's like, do you want the team to be a little bit faster, or do you not care about the speed? I guess if you don't care about the speed, then it's okay.
I mean, so is Leica, says Adam Bomb. Yeah, that's true. The only difference is that Windy is like fully free to play friendly because he's got pieces in the guild shop. So like he's like full free to play. Like you'll just get him over time over the shop. So I'm seeing, so they dropped the evolution cost from 3.5 mil to 600K. Check notices from Kai Sippy. They already, there you go. Evan, hey, they're already on it, guys. Just now, look at that.
Like I said, guys, I didn't care.
So that's what, so there we go. So that's kind of what we were insinuating, right? Like, guys, because with this sort of stuff, this brand new thing, like this is a huge update, like huge expletive update. Like this is what the devs have been thinking about for ages, right? So of course their eyes are going to be on it and they're going to be changing things as necessary. Like that's, and you guys are saying thank you, and like it's much appreciated, but you should know it wasn't directly me, right? I mean, it just goes to show that what I'm talking about is like the devs are thinking about it.
I'm 2.5, not 10, 2.5.
So all this stuff, I implore you guys, as we go through this update, please don't, have that first thought and see if it sticks with you. Like play for a little while and see if it's still there. The devs are probably thinking the same thing. We're sending feedback constantly. As soon as an update drops, that's what we do. We move the feedback. It's like a constant flow from all the different regional offices, right?
Yeah.
So.
Also, Eileen, Necro didn't change, so you can try Carwood still.
But thank you guys. I'm glad that's good though. I'm glad that was changed. That's awesome. What can we replace Fire Bison with? Definitely not necessary. Fire Bison.
He is totally not necessary. I'm telling you. Like, I'm in LA, the update dropped at 2:30, I was tired, I didn't want to use my brain. Like, what's Rune? Bison's Rune, okay, sure, just do it, just do it, Bison.
It's so crazy that this works, Jugg, it's so crazy.
But you can probably take out Bison and put in Veramos, honestly.
Oops, sorry guys, give me one, I gotta change my attack order. Let's try this, let's see what's going on here. So, for those of you because you're not watching my screen, I'm trying the Dragon, the Abyss floor hard. This is my first attempt. I'm running it with Veramos because Veramos got buffed to include attack bar decrease on his skill 2, so we'll see if that's enough. If it's not, I will commit to runing Lapis, but my runes for Lapis were a little sad.
Hey, as long as if it works, it works.
Yeah. I just want my Indra. Mr. John, come to us, please. Yeah, I want Ninja. The wind one. I want the wind one because it looks like a Super Saiyan. Verd, 2 Rogues, Kali, and Randy for Spiritual Realm.
That could work too.
That could totally work.
I think I saw Lucky using Carcano.
Oh, Carcano would be kind of sick. Yeah, and things that auto crit, right? So it's like, Naomi auto crits. The only problem is that you have to land something before that, and that's the issue. You got to land something. She does it. The game really wants you to use crit rate buff, right? So that's why people are suggesting things like the Randy and etc. Come to us, employees don't get fully unlocked accounts. No, we don't. But also, I'm kind of glad I'm actually like low-key glad that we don't, because I don't think it'd be as fun to play if I had everything I wanted and I could make any rune I wanted. Or
yeah, that's
not fun. That isn't fun. And now it's like I play under the same conditions as everybody else, which is cool.
Yeah, Sync is pretty good for this dungeon.
Wait, what? Wait, tell me about this. Yeah, you're right. That's actually. Guys. So the boss did, in fact, put the immunity up, but I stripped it. I stripped it with Lauren, and we're good. It looks like my first attempt is going to be a clear.
Let's see. Let me take out Carcano. He doesn't need to be here. Let's put in Row. Let's make this a super free to play thing. Let's put in. I have 2 Row.
Oh my gosh, that is a long animation for the fire breath. Heavens to Betsy.
But it's so cool.
It is very cool, but that just added like 30 seconds to my run. It cleared. It cleared with Vero, but he got the immunity on, which is bad. Oh my god, we could do better than that.
Yeah,
That's a long time. That is a long amount of time. But at least we cleared it. Was there something else that I wanted to try? Dude, I'm so hyped for them to do like Necro and the other one. What I'm curious about is if they plan on doing a Steel Fortress Punisher's Crypt Abyss floor. I genuinely don't know.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know if they're going to plan to do that.
That'd be super
I don't
cool.
think they've spoken about that, but we can assume that for all the major ones, right? They're going to do Giants, Dragons, Necro, Spiritual. Oh wait, was it in the schedule?
Yeah,
was it in the schedule?
Yeah.
They might have put it on the schedule. Actually, I've actually got the PowerPoint. We could open the PowerPoint right here and double check. It was on the list, says Lando.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Hype. That's great because my keynote is taking a long time to open. So actually, let me just close that. Thank you, Moke. Thank you so much.
Moke the MVP.
Moke MVP. Can you tell the devs to make 2-way Seek? Yeah, I would love the Hellhounds. I think I've talked about that. I really want the Hellhounds.
Hellhounds have been a high ask for, so you never know.
Best guess. Necro Abyss got 100 turn shield. Okay, so chat, drop your guesses.
No.
Drop your guesses. What do you think the Necro boss is going to do for the Abyss floor? I wonder if it's not the shield that's going to change, but it's like the... I wonder if the taking is going to change. Like taking 2 monsters.
Oh, no, don't say that.
I don't want that. I'm just wondering.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying.
Don't say that. That's insane.
That would be ridiculous.
That's insane. Okay, yeah.
Guys, should I summon? Should I summon real quick?
You can.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe
Obviously, this doesn't work. But yeah, I like I said, I was up early. I really thought about this dungeon. Yeah, I just threw in like some tanky monsters and they did it. So 1000%, don't use this here. But I think for people that are having trouble with the dungeon, I would say do Seek. Seek is probably a really good option.
That's so funny.
For this dungeon.
It's so
like I said, I
fun.
saw Lucky. I was up early. Lucky was doing his dungeon with Seek and Carcano. That should work 1000%. So I would say, if anything, use that. Use Seek.
Or 0 speed just on Taurus. Just run on Taurus.
There you go. Why not?
He buffs crit rate.
Why not?
He buffs crit rate, dude.
Just do
That's
it.
all I'm
Taurus.
saying.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, the easiest. Could you try Fire Drunken Master and team up monsters in Spiritual Realm?
My Fire Drunken Master was 6-star. Maybe.
What's going on? It's David. Are you having a hard time with that one, or is there like a bug with it or something? Seek was the first 6-star I got, and he's good now. I never 6-starred my Seek. I actually fed my Seek.
Yeah, well, 1000% you Seek.
I
Seek
think
is definitely great for this end.
that's hilarious, guys. That is so cool. Dude, I love it when they do stuff like this. I gotta say, I think the devs do a good job of making old monsters
a lot of things
relevant.
more viable, yeah.
Wait. Oh no, never mind. That's crazy.
I
I was about to do like the One Piece, like Oda foreshadowed. You know, I was gonna say, was the Hrosvelg like the Barbaric King change? You know, where with the state was that foreshadowing for the Abyss floors?
Maybe. I feel like a lot of changes they made were
Foreshadowing. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start summoning. I know you can't see my screen, but I'll just let you know if I get anything dope. I'm doing my 9-year scrolls. I've got like 100. I've been saving for today, and I can't wait anymore. I do want Second Awaken Hellhounds. They just need to find a way to make them mechanically different from the Inugamis, because, like, you know, I believe Valenchan. Thank you. I'm gonna skip all this. Come on, baby. Let's get that Indra. Oh, I've got an all attribute.
Oh, you do.
Oh, dude, let's go.
Pull the dark one.
No. Oh, that'd be so sick. That'd be so dope. Oh, I don't have any LDs. What's wrong with me, man?
Oh, my Lord died already? Sad.
That's a bummer. She's optional.
Well, because I don't have a... Lauren's my defense break. I need her defense break.
Belladon.
No.
It's pretty safe.
Something was about to happen. I swear it didn't happen.
Bark for Tark. Calling it Necro Abyssal.
I thought it was Bark for Bark.
I really hope it doesn't steal 2 souls. I really hope it doesn't, bro.
That'd be crazy.
So hard.
That'd be so crazy if it did.
Okay, so... I got Windy. Kind of windy. Yeah, that's great. I gotta rune up my Savannah as well, because the only thing is I want to like do free to play as much as possible, so that way I can have like good recommendations. Dude, I've gotten like all the new monsters. I've gotten Mercenary Queen after Mercenary Queen, but no Asura yet. No Asura, no Indra. God, I want Indra so bad. This is like the first like new unit in a while where like just aesthetically I've really vibed with them and I really want one.
How did my inner server go? I don't do inner server. I don't do inner server at all.
Oh, I got the Wind String Master. Who's this? Samurai? Not exactly. Wow, triple lightning on this 10 pole. Oh, I got the...
Who's Giselle? Remind me of who Giselle is.
Jojo. Jojo. Come on, baby. I'm getting a lot of lightning. I'm just not getting the monsters. Purette. Fire Asura would be so cool too. Oh yeah, wait, what did Dudono get? Did Dudono say what they got? Oh, I got an Onimusha. But
for when you get on Gyoki eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, I'm saying these go-ups. Oh, I definitely win as easy as possible. Lauren Cadiz, Akamamir, Rosvelg, and Lil Debbie.
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie. What? The heck, Mort? Little Debbie?
Because I just want to be able to like recommend teams to people when they ask, you know. But I'll go non-free to play soon probably. I'll bring out the Savannah, bring out the other stuff.
Yeah, Savannah's really great. I was using Savannah before. Where's Abyss?
Comtus is doing summons. Everybody starts summoning. They're boosting the rates, says Alex. Definitely not boosting the rates. My lightning rates are actually pretty good though. Come on. Oh, that's a Sylphid. I only have 30 mysticals left, but I think there's that rebate on scrolls going right now, and there's also the Transcendence giveaway event, which is crazy. I can't believe.
Yeah, getting a free transco is pretty dope.
That is pretty dope. Bust out his Lucifer for the new dungeons.
I get Zabala.
He'd be amazing for you, actually. That would be so cool.
Zabala.
That'd be great for your account. I didn't know that you didn't have one, to be honest. I
wish I did.
I wonder if I've crafted my LD pieces. Because I'm getting a lot of 4 stars that I could throw away. Okay, hold on. Let's go get some stuff.
Diet Indra equals self. Dang, Mort.
Did you call it the diet?
That's such a diss to them.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day, dude. That is so good. The Diet Indra. So are you guys saving the penguins or what? Are you guys saving the penguins?
I hope we're saving penguins.
Yeah, look at this. Endangered penguins.
I hope we're saving penguins. Penguins are cool.
They're very cool. I made a joke about that on the Fuse News. I told people it'd be really weird if they had like a strong negative opinion about penguins. You know, I could see like being like, oh, they're not my favorite or something like that, but it'd be weird if you actively hate penguins.
Yeah, that'd be so weird. Like, why would you hate the penguins? They did nothing to you.
Oh yes, there's more scrolls in here. Oh, I got the Asura scroll. Let's go. Okay. God, these events are amazing. Like, I know that the update is hype, but these events this is what I'm talking about.
We have a lot of events going on right now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of events going on right now. Like, looked at it today, I was like, oh, it is. You and me. There's a lot of events going on right now, so make sure you guys are knocking out your events.
I'm not going to redeem the Asura scroll yet, just because I want to see if I summon one. And if I don't summon one, then I'll use the Asura scroll. Guys, which Asura do I get?
Ooh.
Which one do I get, guys?
The wind one.
The wind.
Bob was using the wind one, and he seems really, really good.
The wind one, really? Let me take a look. Actually, could you bring him up so that way people could see him? When you get a chance. No rush. People are saying water Asura too. I think wind. You don't get a choice, I think. Yeah. I just mean like which one should I hope for?
They changed it.
Sorry about that. I said that weird. Oh, he's down further.
Wait,
the 4-star one. Down. There he is, next to Katarina.
Am I tripping?
The bottom right. Very bottom.
I am tripping.
Usha. So what's his thing? Attacks on enemies 3 to 5 times and absorbs their attack bar potential. A higher chance of inflicting more number of attacks. See, that sounds really cool.
He would be great in Old Giants.
Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't believe they put a brand. I thought that was so cool that they did a brand.
Brand's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't need fire. Fire does attacks all enemy. Attacks the enemy 4 times, so it's 1 single enemy. To inflict damage that ignores all damage reduction effects, and increases your tool cooldown by 1 with 30% chance. The number of attacks increases up to 8 times according to the difference between the target and your attack power. Yeah, you want hard
Wind
damage on these guys.
Wind Asura is Dark Robo with no strip.
Let's see. What's the water one, Dan? Oh, it's a passive. Gradually increase your attack power whenever you attack the enemy. Oh.
What?
Attacks the enemy 3 times and increase your attack bar by 15% each, so you get 45% attack bar for free.
The way that's worded makes me ask, does that trigger on number of hits, like each hit, or is it every time you select a skill?
It seems like, yeah, the number of attacks increases up to 6 times according to your attack power. So yeah, you get literally 100% attack bar. Was it 100 to, what's 15 times 6? I can't math, guys.
Okay, I'm summoning an Asura. I got the wind one, so I did get the wind Asura.
Yeah, water one looks pretty cool.
I think I kind of just
Wait, hold on, it's 45. Oh, it's 90% attack bar. Potentially.
Okay, so I got the wind one now. Attacks all enemies 35, and this is the one that reduces their attack bar, inflicting more number of attacks on enemies 2 to 4 times, and inflicts continuous damage. I was curious about whether or not the wind Indra could be used on Chakra, if he could be used in the Abyssal Giant's Floor.
Probably.
S. Walter, yes, the evolution costs have been improved. Oh, come to us, KDA! What's going on, Katie? How's it going? Triggers on each hit. Oh, amazing. You can see it on the skill demonstration. Okay, cool. What do you guys think? Should I build him?
Do it. Content. People are talking about the new bonus. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, like you said, it's already on it. They've been up. There's the reason why these updates drop super late at night, because Korea's up.
Oh yeah, so it's like he's level 1. So the caveat is that now I can evolve him at level 1, but it takes 1 more 4-star Rainbow Bond for me to do it. Yeah, so it's like, that's not 1, 2, and it takes that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes the same amount of 5-star Rainbow Bond to do it. So I'm just gonna evolve him. All right, there we go. Just like that, I 6-starred my Asura. Dude, this is kind of hype. I mean, but I have a lot of monsters, right? So my opinion is skewed.
Try it myself. I'll do it.
Yeah, my opinion is very skewed because of that. But like, see, so like, boom, I just powered him up. He's max level, just like that. That is so sick. That is so cool. Where do you get the Asura Scroll Dragon? It's from the event. There's a summon event in there right now. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I will say that I really like the idea of what they're doing for the evolution, regardless of however many changes need to be made to make it better or whatever. I think that it's actually big, not just for Summoner's War, but kind of for the genre, because like, think of all the games that make you go through that ladder that Summoner's War set up, way back in the day when it was established, or also like the power up. Like so many games make that an established mechanic now, where you're just sitting there leveling up runes or whatever their equipment is called, and it's failing. Every new gacha title that comes out has that mechanic in it, so I actually think that this is kind of a really good push for the genre, not just for Summoner's War, which is cool. Sorry, Katie. I'm going on a thing. I love mostly the instant rune power up. Yeah, for real. Okay. Well, that's pretty hype. Now I got my Asura.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
That was very quick.
That was pretty quick.
I'm gonna awaken him too. I have a lot of wind essences. I don't know how I got that many. God, he's so sick. He's so cool looking. Yeah, he looks very cool. I don't know where I'm gonna use Usha, but yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna use him yet. But
it'd be cool when they get transmods. It'd be interesting to see what they do with them.
Yeah, definitely definitely the coolest looking monsters we've gotten in a long time. Triple speed proc up. Yeah, on +9 is very exciting. What can I do? Could I bring this guy somewhere? I don't know. What could I do?
For continuous dots, he may be good in Steel Fortress.
That's a really good point.
Because people are still running like dot teams for Steel Fortress, so he may be pretty good there.
Wow, dude, this first skill is so cool. Branding, and then if your attack power is higher, you attack again. That is sick.
Okay, TOA actually may not be good because everybody in TOA has more attack power, but for the dot part, he could be pretty good at TOA.
Maybe Fatal for him?
waiting for the time to do the new evolution process. I mean, we just tried it out. I just tried it out myself. They're fixing it. They just put out a notice to fix it, so we can't really talk too much about a process that they're fixing now. So
which one is that? Are they asking?
Because talk about the new evolution process, how it's like kind of walking.
Oh
right now.
yeah.
About the whole entire stream.
And they reduced the mana cost
So
significantly.
they just put out a notice to people that don't know. They put out to reducing the cost. So they kind of realized that obviously the costs are kind of don't make any sense.
A little wonky.
So they're fixing it for sure. So we'll be it's good now.
Yeah, I just did it and it seemed pretty reasonable.
Yeah, for a person like me, it's like it's no issue at all. But for I can understand for a new player, it's like, okay, this is pretty expensive. Like the game is getting a little bit too expensive. I don't have Gucci, I don't have Prada. I ain't got money like that. So they gotta reduce these costs, bro. They gotta reduce these costs, man. I ain't balling like Jugg. Jugg out here got the Gucci.
Oh my god.
So, I understand. So they're reducing it, so you
I
good.
don't have Gucci, I don't have Prada. Woo! When will the update happen? Oh, I mean, the update is out. We're playing it. It's happening. It's happening. Update. Update. Look at that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna slap some runes on this guy for now, and we'll just see how it goes. For some attack artifacts, let's look for additionals of some kind. Let's look for addition. Wow.
You wonder when the meta dungeon's coming out? We do not need a meta dungeon. I'll tell you that right now. We do not need a meta dungeon.
It's a little redundant.
The reason why is because Comtois has realized, like, over time that meta has become like a thing that's kind of needed more. So over time, a lot of the events now, they throw meta at you. Usually it's like 1 million meta, 20,000 meta. They throw meta at you pretty hardcore. So the one thing you're gonna have to realize in Summoners War, well, just in a lot of these games in general, don't go ham just powering up everything. So if you have a rune that's your pretty good side to get, don't just plus 90 it immediately. Don't like plus 3 to plus 6. That saves you better by itself because it doesn't roll the way you want it to. You can just immediately get rid of it, and that saves you so much better just off of that.
Yeah.
So 1,000, and on top of that, you're not keeping every single rune to begin with. So most of the runes that you get are probably going to be sold regardless. So you don't have to worry about a meta dungeon. Meta dungeons are not really.
Yeah, I agree. And it gets to be a little bit redundant. Oh, dude, you get to level up the skills of a 2A monster in here. Oh man, I don't know. Do I want to do Ikaru still? Maybe.
Do you?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you?
I think I'd rather do either Spectra or Rauk, maybe.
Spectra's an obvious choice.
Or
Spectra's
Bella.
a good choice. Or
Naomi. Nah, what
I'll do Naomi.
What does Naomi do? Just more damage?
I think there's more damage.
More damage is kind of hype. But more damage on Spectra would also be kind of hype.
Whereas, yeah, just more damage.
Okay. Never mind then. We'll just save for now. Oh, I have to do daily missions. Whoa. We can make that happen. We can absolutely make that happen. Spectra is the better choice. Yeah, I think Spectra is probably the better choice.
Yeah, Spectra's pretty good. If you're like I said, you're more of a beginner player, you're trying to figure out a way to get through this dungeon right here, so you can dragon. Spectra's not a bad option.
It feels fun, like wanting to get a monster, you know, because like the puppeteers, I wasn't as into like how they are, you know. I wasn't into the puppets.
I wasn't balling.
Yeah, you know, their skills are amazing, but I wasn't as into to their aesthetic.
Oh yeah, Kali's a good choice for the new dungeon. If you guys have 2A Kali, Kali's really great for the new dungeon.
Whoever said that, you are outstanding.
Yeah, Kali's great. Kali's great for the new dungeon. So you can probably level up your Kali for the dungeon specifically.
Man, it takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? It takes a lot of energy to do these. I should be running one. Let's go to the Giants. Let's go to Abyss. Let's just run that in the background. Shoot, dude. Oh, I really want Ninja. I'm gonna get one, but I really want one.
I'll get one.
Did he get a red rune? Says how?
No. No.
Crow for the branding, then Spectra for everything else. Yeah, KDA. I really want one. I love the transformation. I think it's just so cool. They nailed it, and then I love that they stay in the form for a few turns and then they, you know, get stunned.
Please. Oh no.
Pack, please. Yeah, oh yes. I owe Katie a pack.
She's addicted to the packs.
Oh, I used Colleen. Use Colleen for that dungeon. That's kind of cool.
For which dungeon? New dungeon?
Yeah, it's probably the Probably Spirit, maybe. Maybe they meant Spirit. I actually don't know which one they're referring to, but I love that people are talking about using older monsters like Seek. Here, let's journey into my monster storage real quick and see if I actually still have my Seek.
I'm gonna need you to. Who is Jumaline?
What? Jumaline? That's fake. That is fake. It's got to be fake. So yeah, guys, I think I fed the Seek that got me through the early game.
You don't need the 2A Spectre for this dungeon at all because it doesn't really add too much to his kit. Because it
adds attack break. And
yeah, it just had attack break, which again, if you're doing this boss, you don't get hit too often, anyways. You don't have to. Mine's just 2A, but you don't have to 2A it. You can use Spectre at in Spectre's base form.
Oh my god, you guys, I don't even have a Seek. I don't even have one.
How?
Because I think I just accidentally fed him.
Oh, when 2A Kali. I mean, if you had, you could try her out. Kali's probably a bit better because elemental advantage, but you could try her out.
Oh my god, I don't have Seek. Oh no.
I don't have Seek.
I don't have Seek. I think I fed all my two stars. Well, he's easy to get. Summon unknowns or do Fame on for 5 minutes. Yeah, we can just do Fame on for like 5 minutes. You can summon 100 unknowns at a time. Heavens, are you serious? Yeah, that's.
Can we do that now?
100 summon 100.
Yes.
Summon monsters are wow.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I have 16,000, so they just sit here.
Guys, would you believe I didn't get a Seek?
Yo, what's up, Big Mike Dog? My man, that's how I say it. What's up, man? How you doing? Big Mike Dog? That's my guy.
Wow, would you believe, guys, that I'm not getting any Seeks? Oh, you know, actually, I think it's because I fed them all to Usha.
You probably did.
But like, the fact that we can summon 100 of these, there we go, there's 2 of them. That means that I can just refill and I can just keep evolving with 1 and 2 stars.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I can just evolve with all these. That is so sick.
It's so easy.
So I can summon all these and then just throw them onto like my Indra when I eventually get them. Dude, that is so great, actually.
You just got Usher.
Yes! Evan, quick tip. Would love to hear it, James.
What's up, Gary?
Ed Horseman, I just woke up. Hi, Evan. Hi, Jug. What's up, Ed Horseman? Welcome to the stream. We're farming, we're summoning, we're doing everything in between.
Pretty much.
I'm crying about not getting an Indra. But it's really fun to have that monster that I'm chasing, you know? Like, I'm glad that I have, like, a monster family I want to summon. Show us the 100 unknown scroll summon, says Fastlix. It doesn't show up the way you want it to. You'll see. It shows up as a menu.
Yeah.
Because
you don't actually see 100 summons. That'd be crazy if you see a bunch of 100 monsters in a bundle, like it does with the 10 summon. That'd be pretty funny.
It would be awesome. That would really hurt old phones, though.
That would, yeah, it would actually would.
It would really hurt the old phones. Has anybody in chat gotten an Intangible Rune yet? Because I know that somebody talked about a guy who shared one with 27 speed already.
Yeah, Julia, Fire, Buy Honey, or Seek? Probably Seek. I think Seek's a little bit better. But you can use either or. If you're a Randy lover, you can use Randy. But both are fine. Just figure it out. Is the screen shaking? Yes, it is. Summoners War has always had screen shake.
Yeah, it screen shakes when you crit. Yeah, once you crit, it screen shakes, which is nice. It's kind of like impact frames. Only gotten 2 seal runes. Oh, I got a seal rune too. I got a blue intangible rune. Roll double flat attack.
Sag.
Dang, can't re-app it either. Oh, innate speed swift rune.
Not being able to re-app it is... Thank you. That'd be super scary. Being able to re-app intangible runes, that'd be super scary.
Magic Morris says, I haven't gotten a single rune and I've been farming all day. Well, we'll get there. I've gotten a couple legends already, actually.
I don't know, maybe because I farm a lot, so when I hear like I haven't got a rune all day, that to me that's like
you're not farming enough.
That's just a normal day of Summoners War for me. I don't know. It's like I just feel like I do agree with a lot of people. Like the one thing I did want for the update was for blue runes to stop dropping. But at least they showed with the new update that Oh, it wasn't a fail because do I have the right Lauren? Hold up.
Oh, you've got the 2 Lawrence. CU just asked, is it even worth doing Abyss over just B10? I think the answer is it depends. If you're after the intangible runes, this is the place to get them. So I think it is worth doing.
To be honest, the answer is pretty much always yes. It just depends on where you are in the game. If you're like a newer game player, maybe B10s are a little bit better because you have a little bit best success, and you want to farm as much as possible. But at a certain point in the game, you want to really make sure that you're farming Abyss. It's really important. So 1000%, I would say yes. In most cases, you want to farm
the new big content whenever possible. I gotta say, this team is really safe. It's slow as molasses, but it has not failed me once.
Yeah, as long I think right now it's just because we're in a state of like, okay, we're trying to figure out how we can safely farm it. Then over time we just try to improve it. But right now it's like it's kind of what we are.
And they said B10 is the same difficulty as old B12 Giants. Yeah, what the devs basically did is they compressed the floors to 10. So it's like B10 is now what B12 was, essentially, right? So it still makes sense to farm it, but when the season is here and the Abyss floors are present, you should probably do the Abyss floors. Because, I mean, the season's going to pass, so you should do them while they're here.
Also, Junk Rapture, I can say this on stream. As a person that farms a lot, as you can see, I have 2.4 billion mana. I farm a lot.
That's a lot.
I go a lot of days where I don't get actual good runes because I farm a crap ton. To me, it's a normal day. Honestly, when it comes to farming, it's a normal day. But I will say the one thing that you always want to make sure that you're doing is that if you can farm the higher floors, just do it because there's no reason not to, especially if you can do it. Like if you can farm the higher floors, even if it's a little bit slower, it's still better to do because being able to get the intangible runes is also pretty good. And also just increasing the rate of purples to legends is also a lot better. So I have no problem saying it. I'm telling you, I go days.
Yeah.
Getting a room. This is a normal thing. You guys, any Guardian player, go to go to a Bobble stream, go to Seedo stream, go to Aspire, go to anybody and ask them how many runes do you get a day. They'll probably tell you, maybe one. It happens. It happens a lot. So the important thing is to just make sure you're farming. Farm the highest dungeon you can. Try to get the best drop rates you can, and then go from there.
Yeezus knows. Evan, what do you think? Bastet, Carlos, or Teshar? If you need something for PvE, Teshar just got really good, but like got better because of the crit rate and everything. But I really love Carlos, and Bastet is just amazing. That's a hard choice. I think Bastet is probably the best like neutral pick.
Yeah, that's probably.
I think Bastet is probably the best one of the three. But like if you need something that's wind and hits hard, Teshar is good. I saw someone in chat say, "Oh wait, so there's only a moment where we can farm Abyss floors, and that's a little weird." Yeah, so these floors are seasonal. So monthly, you'll have Abyss floors that are going to come through, and then for that duration, you can farm them. So right now, it's Giants and Dragons. Then it'll be Necro, and then Spirit, etc., and so on and so forth. It is, I understand that is a little bit weird because we haven't had something like that in Summoner's War before, but you got to see this as actually a secret good thing. Yeah. And here's why. Because like what everybody was afraid of when the new update showcase came through was like, oh, are we going to have like a ton more farming? The answer is essentially no. You've got more options, and like also during this season, you're only going to have to farm like 1 or 2 dungeons. In most cases, just 1. In this case, Giants and Dragons.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a really good thing because you don't have to split your attention as much. It's like I'm going to spend this month farming Giants and Dragons.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm going to do Necro and then Spirit. You know, the game is making that decision for me, so it feels more efficient that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like that, and also. I did want to comment again on how I really like that they put the Spirit Dungeon in, because before, if you were doing Rift Beasts, you're just kind of hoping that you get fight runes, whatever runes you're looking for.
Hydra.
Now they're in there. Now it's like that's in there. Let's see. Tormentor Abyss Floor is going to be super annoying. Giga annoying, says Iraku. No skill, 1 beneficial block. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, also for a person that asks, my Verd, yes, this is my exact same Tricolor Verd. He's Rage Blade. I didn't change him at all.
King. Can't pinpoint the hard part. I think I might have jumped into a conversation that's happening in chat and I don't know what they're talking about. I just joined the game for 3 weeks, lol. Can't level Mons with the food. That sucks. Jojo, I think over time you'll probably feel that it's a little bit more. It's definitely easier. I see what you're talking about though, because I have the luxury of having a ton of monsters and I just dumped it into a monster and 6-starred it. I've 6-starred 2 or 3 monsters already today.
Yeah.
But I could see how for a new player it might be a little bit trying, and that's stuff we're gonna have to keep our eye on for a little while the update kind of sits for a bit and we get used to it. Trickery isn't usable anymore. Determination runes kind of lost their value. But fight runes are very much still valuable. And also, Trickery is not dead. You guys have to remember, right? What are you going to use to farm Dragon's B10 when the Abyss Floor is not here? That's my question. You're going to use Tricaru.
Just gonna go back to Tricaru.
What are you going to use in Necro when like the Abyss Floor is not there? Tricaru. Same thing. It's like everybody is kind of using hyperbole and saying, "Oh, these units are dead." They're not.
People gotta realize
so
the Abyss Floor is only literally for 1 month.
In fact,
it's a 6 month.
Yeah, it's a 6-month season, so they are hyper valuable for 5 out of those 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, once this month is over, you can go back to your Tricaru and no harm, no foul.
Exactly. So you guys got to remember that you can still get Trickery, Tricaru, whatever you like to call it. You can still get Trickery, and it's still going to have that value. I would argue that it's almost more valuable because you're gonna really feel it in those 5 months. You know, it's like if you de-rune your Trickery, you're gonna be like, wow, this is a crawl. You know, it's like this is gonna be really slow. So I would definitely keep them because again, B12s aren't removed; they're condensed. That B10 is now B12, and that's what you're gonna be farming. So there you go, just something to consider. Addicted to those fight, enhance, etc. runes. The hug, I call them the hug runes. You know, like the hug, they benefit the team. It's the hug runes. It's the fact that small numbers make difference in RTA. Those runes give your monsters that edge over the rest. Very well said, James. I will never use my Trickery because I will always just farm the specific Abyss dungeon. There you go, and that's your decision to make. I think that's actually a blessing because like a lot of really good Summoners War players, what they'll do is they'll say previously, like way before this update, they'll be like, for this month, I'm just in Giants. Yeah. I'm just in Dragons this month because I need good Violent runes. I need good Swift runes. You know, they have that mission in mind. So if you want to just do the Abyss Floors, you can have that. Like, you have that freedom. Absolutely. I think that's a very valid way of approaching it. Don't touch Raid BJ5, please, lol. You know, honestly, if they haven't yet, I don't think they will.
I was doing that this morning. I was doing self BJ5. It was so fun.
I de-rune my Trickery team just to re-rune them 4 hours later. Believe me, you'll need them, says Valing Chen. Yes, absolutely. Don't de-rune anything. Don't de-rune them. Same goes for the dot team, like for Giants, because you'll need it once that comes back around, and you still need it for Steel Fortress, right? So, there's that. What is the best Asura, in your opinion? They're still a little new for me to make a hard judgment call on that.
Yeah, it's like, it hasn't been 1 day yet, so we don't know. We don't know yet. People are gonna get them to try them out. We'll find out, especially with the new RTA season coming up. We'll probably see if they're gonna be evolved. I'm an RTA player, so like if I do wings for a week and I don't see any of them, then that kind of tells me that they're probably not that good. But for right now, it's kind of day one. Nobody knows yet because we have to summon them, we have to try them out. So they can sound good on paper, but we can use them and they're not that great or they're not that usable. So I would say give it more time. It literally hasn't been a day yet, so give it more time.
So someone said, can the new dungeon also get an Abyss Floor? It will get an Abyss Floor, but it's not for a little while. Not for a little while. It's not its time in the season yet. We still got to see Necro before we can see the Spirit Dungeon. What was the so can anyone say why the World Boss rewards weren't revamped? It seemed like the perfect opportunity to do it in that. I can't say exactly why the devs chose not to do it at this time, but I can probably speculate. I think one of the angles that the devs were talking about in this one was a really big thing for the Reloaded update, as you guys would probably notice, is like it's not even about adding, it's actually about reducing, making the game more efficient, making it less obtuse, making it easier to approach. And so I think a lot of their attention went to that. And like those small changes that are just rate changes, that can kind of come a little bit later. And I also understand their hesitance. Frankly, you know, as a player, as an employee, whatever you want to say, I do understand their hesitance to increase that stuff that gives free rewards in bulk 3 times a day. So I can understand, like, that's kind of a delicate thing. I get why they're taking their time with it. And this is not me saying it's never coming. It's not me saying it's going to happen immediately. You know, but I understand what you're saying. But I also get their hesitance to change it right away. I'm just asking, so King is saying, what is the hard part of the dungeon?
It depends on the player. Honestly, it really does. Like for me, it's not that hard because I've used these. This team I've used before. Before Tricolor existed, this is my Dragon team, so I'm using the same as that thing. So hard is depending on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a newer player, then obviously these newer dungeons are really hard because they hit harder. And so if you're not well equipped to take the damage, or if you're not fast enough, then this dungeon can suck for newer players. But there's ways to make it a little bit easier. Fran Lauren is still the GOAT in my opinion. You can use them all the time, and they're just really good. But there's ways to do it. Like I said, it's the crazy part is it hasn't been a day yet. It hasn't been a full day. So as time goes on, there'll be other people that are like you'll see Sean, you'll see Ju, you'll see Say, you'll see everybody coming up with faster teams or coming up with teams that are more safe. Especially Say spends a lot of time practicing, trying out certain monsters, trying out certain teams, giving you the efficiency of all of them. So I would say give it like maybe a couple of days and just watch Say Cizo and just check out his channel. He'll definitely have some teams for you.
Siu, that is right. Wait, I want to ask about the seasonal. Like, next season we will get a Necro Abyss floor only, right? Yes, that's right. So the season, quote unquote, lasts 6 months. And that's how long it's going to take to return back to Giants and Dragons. So these floors will be here for a month, then Necro, then Spirit, so on and so forth until we come back to Giants and Dragons, presumably, right?
So it's literally Giants and Dragons, Necro, Seal, Steel Fortress, Punisher's Crypt, and then it rotates again.
Yeah, and then I wanted to address one other thing, saying they could have just deleted Unknown Scrolls. This is from Mamone on YouTube. Without the notice to replace them with something called random scrolls or whatever, but now they just made it harder for everyone. I don't think I totally understand what you mean by the latter half, but I'm going to answer, I'm just going to take that and kind of run with it for a second. I've discovered this live on stream. I actually think Unknown Scrolls are a lot more valuable because, like, I don't know if you guys saw, when I evolved my Wind Asura up to 6-star, I used Rainbow Mons to evolve, and then I only powered them up with 1s and 2-stars, and I dumped all of my 1s and 2-stars, and then I refilled with my Unknown Scrolls. I never summon Unknown Scrolls. I haven't summoned Unknown Scrolls in like a year.
Yeah.
Like
they just sit here.
And now I've got a reason to. So I would actually argue that Unknown Scrolls have significantly increased in value. Like significant. I can't put a number on it, but it's a lot more.
It's debatable because for Unknown Scrolls, it's good for certain players because you may not have material to level up stuff.
Yeah.
So Unknown Scrolls are a good way to level up stuff, just a little cheap material to I guess level up stuff. But for the most part, it's debatable. It depends on like who you are. Like where I am in the game, Unknown Scrolls are like, who cares? If a person asked about Friendship Scrolls, this came I would say 2 or 3 years ago. They had a scroll where basically if you could buy one for yourself and then send it to a friend of your friends list. I said if anybody on my friends list that basically bought the scroll and sent me one, I will keep one forever. I would never sell it.
And
so these are the ones that sent me Friendship Scrolls. They stay here forever.
John Boy, it becomes, referring back to evolution, it becomes an extra mana dump. Oh wait, I wanted to see that. I can't scroll. John Boy. Oh yeah, I said it becomes an extra mana dump, though. You know, but I get it for the evolution. Personally speaking, like from not as like a player, not as whatever, looking just purely at the game objectively, I actually think that it's really valuable to have more mana sinks, because if you look at someone like Jugg, if you look like even me, technically, like where I'm at, as you get later in Summoner's War, mana starts losing its value.
It really does.
You have so much mana. So it's like early, I could totally feel how like a 3-day-old account could feel the struggle to get mana, and I was there, I remember that, but like, I think it's really important to have those mana sinks so that it doesn't become completely useless, because that's kind of what mana felt like, to be frank.
Also, this is also a debatable topic. Some people can tell you, especially older school Summoners War players, they can tell you this. With like, let's say you plus 15 in Rune, it costs I think 1.1 million mana. I cannot tell you how many runes where it's cost me way more than 1.1 million mana. So it's debatable. Sometimes you can get lucky and it can plus 15.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah, like
that's a very good point.
I cannot tell you how many runes I powered up. I will go like make me some lunch or something. I'll come back and it's still powering up.
I've done that too.
It's still powering up.
Dude,
I've like, come on, man.
I have drained way more than I've drained. There was one time I got really unlucky. I drained 4 million mana on a rune.
Yeah.
I got really unlucky. And so it's like, when you think of it with that perspective, it's like, that's not going to happen again.
Not anymore.
That's done.
I'm glad that it's like a flat cost. Now, just like I said, I'll do +6, +3, +6, +9. And let's say if it +3 doesn't go, get rid of it.
Just don't go.
I did regardless.
Don't go +15 crazy.
Yeah, like I did that all the time. I did that
crazy.
before the update. I'll go to +3 and I'll be like, interval speed, get out of here. Like, like I just drop the road. Like, just do that for now.
The same thing with Valentin. I had an artifact cost 4 million mana once to get +15. This update is a huge blessing.
Yeah. So
there you go.
It's debatable. Some people can say, oh, 1.1 is a lot, but before the update, you can literally be sitting there for like a good 10, 15 minutes. Like, even Jubagel, in a lot of his older videos, he'll show you videos where he's trying to power runes to like show a monster, and before the video even starts, he's like, bro, I've been trying to power up this rune for the past 15 minutes, and it just won't power up.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's out flat and I can just went and done it is just way better.
Dude, this is, I think that this is one of the craziest leaps for Summoner's War, in its whole runtime. This is crazy. The whole game has kind of changed based on this in such a good way, because it's now so respectful of your time.
Yeah.
I think that is awesome, because there's one thing, I think Summoner's War, I'm from the perspective that Summoner's War, especially from starting anew, it's a very free-to-play friendly game. Katie already has all the monsters she needs to progress. The only thing that I will say is that the game demands your time, early on, and now they're making moves to improve that experience, so they're making it better for people, more flexible for people, easier to approach, removing barriers to entry. And when it comes to the power-up thing, I want to say this again, I really think that it actually bodes well for not just Summoner's War, but the genre. I actually think that is a huge change for the mechanic. Because so many games come out and they're like, oh, power up, fail, power up, fail,
it's
power
so
up, fail.
useless. It's so not
Yeah,
needed.
it's useless.
It's so not needed.
And I love that it's Summoner's War kind of started that. We've been hearing it for a long time, and now Summoner's War is the one that changes it, and let's see what happens. Let's see what the genre does to adapt. I think it's huge. Because I got to admit, the whole time, you're watching content creators. You brought up Bagel earlier. He's saying, I'm not playing right now when the power-up's happening.
He's like, I want to show you this new monster, but I'm waiting for this rid of power.
Yeah, it's
there's so many videos where he does that.
Yeah, it's this is not fun. This is not a game, and I agree. And now they've changed it, and I think that is so huge. I'm very impressed, personally. I'm very happy with it. Time is more manageable. I like the new power-up thing. No more fails. Yeah, that part was huge. Dude, the audience went crazy for that one. You guys see that during the update?
It's so not needed. It's so annoying.
So, wait. Let's see what's going on here. There's nothing good about this update, lol, besides the rune power-up thing, but that's irrelevant compared to the horrible things like Evolution is 6-star and the horrible drop rate. So here's the thing about that way. I completely disagree, if I'm being honest, because I think that the rune power-up, like you said, we can agree on that. That is huge. I think making it so that artifacts drop at +15 and you no longer have to is so huge. I think the idea of seasonal abyss dungeons it might take a little adjusting to from a psychological perspective, but I actually think that it's great for reducing fatigue. Having to think about what do I farm? Where am I going? Here's your answer. You're going here. We also are in that new era of Summoners where we're we can't just use the same ubiquitous team anymore, and we get to come together as a community to solve these puzzles. But it isn't so hard that it's original B12s. Do you remember that, where nobody could clear B12s at the beginning? Overall, I think this is great for the health of the game. And regardless of how Evolution changes, and mind you, they've already made adjustments to Evolution, I think that the system that they put in place is just way easier to use, and it's going to become a lot better over time. So, to me, exactly, Evolution is fixed, or will be, exactly. So Jarhead said, if you completely disagree, Evan, you're also out of touch. It's basically saying that there's you have to remember the comment before you say something like that, Jarhead. The comment was nothing about this update was good aside from the power-up. And that is just not true. I think that this update was actually huge.
And also, how I feel it is, I think a lot of people have a mentality where it's they were expecting RTA changes to be. They were expecting reader changes to be. I'm in the same boat. But at the same time, the core of this game is farming. In order for you to do some of the later content, in order for you to do, there's a lot of things in this game you gotta farm. And there's a lot of things that need to be updated and changed for the farming experience. There's some things that I wish they would change. Like I said, blue runes, get them out of here. I wish they were gone. But I would say my favorite part of the update is plus 15 artifacts, because one thing they did point out was that a lot of you guys are farming artifacts, and artifacts are super duper 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 important for PvE and PvP, and allowing them to be more easily legible. For you guys to like be able to jump at plus 15, you can look at it straight up and be like, I don't want this, to get rid of it. It's a lot easier for you as a player to farm artifacts, because you don't have to go through the process of should I level this up? It's already leveled up, so you can say like you can already look at it and be like, oh, it's not that great. Let me just get it out of
And Way asked, when did they announce it? They announced it like 15-20 minutes ago. The announcement actually came out on stream.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about. So the other thing you guys got to keep in mind, this stuff is all brand new, and they've been thinking about it for a long time. If the community is not vibing with a certain part of it, it's going to get adjusted. This is not like, these are all new systems that are in place. So it's like the devs know that they might need tuning, right? Like, this is a live game, and that's a blessing and a curse, right? So it's like the blessing part of that is if something isn't received super well, we can kind of mess around with it a little bit. And so like, and I know that I was like, oh, I completely disagree or whatever. I'm glad that you brought this up, to be honest, because I mean, it's a good discussion to have. I think this is the forum to talk about this sort of thing. So I'm glad that you said that here, because we can chat about it. I think it's okay.
You're looking at everything you guys are typing, just so you know that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like, dude, we've got mods in chat. We've been funneling feedback to HQ from all the regional offices, right? From Europe, from over here. It's everywhere. It's supposed to be a challenge, yeah. So I really just I want to put again. I just think it's a little bit of hyperbole, to say like, oh, nothing about this update was good except for that. It's just not true. That isn't. It's very narrow-minded to say nothing about it is good. I think this bodes really well for the future of the game. Like, to be honest, I think that the mechanics being changed here, I already said like, oh, I think this is good for the genre. I really do think it is. They're gonna adjust the evolution system, amazing, and I think we're gonna learn to love it. And then I really think that's it. Thanks for calling out about the evolution. I was here at the start and didn't see the notice. Yeah, Abyss rewards are definitely not worth it from what I've seen so far. I've got a run of 1 30-minute, basically 1% better chance to get it than my 40% or 40 seconds trickery. Hope they fix that too. Yeah, we'll have to see what's going on, because I think they changed that for B12s back in the day, didn't they? Yeah. I believe they made an adjustment to it in post in B12. So it's definitely something that's few and far between, but they're not opposed to doing it. So again, yeah, thank you, Way. Thank you for bringing that, because I know that we got heated, but I like it when the stream gets heated a little bit.
And also remember, it's part 1.
It's a part 1. Part 2.
Part
2 is in August, baby.
That's the first thing they said.
And then you get new second, and that's the thing you got to remember as well. It's like Second Awakens. We got new Second Awakenings coming.
Yep, they're coming in August.
So we got something that we've been asking for. We got 2 new units that aren't even like technically like part of it that are super cool.
It's gotta get out of there.
And like Super Saiyans. Yeah. There's gonna be some good things, but why? Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be good, there's gonna be bad, or there's just gonna be things that we're gonna have to, learn. We're just gonna have to adjust to. Like, I think some of these things aren't bad; they're just adjustments, right? I really think that's it. Oh, and I wanted to bring up again as well. I really do believe that unknown scrolls are more valuable now, because it's like if I 6-starred something right over here, and I just dumped all my 1s and 2s, and then I summoned them back again. I haven't summoned an unknown scroll in like a year.
Also, for the reason why people are asking for accuracy /6 on Lapis, the reason why is because our S1, she does attack bar pushback. So ideally, you would want her on Violet, so she could just do continuous pushback on her S1. So her S1 and S3 do attack bar pushback, and with the Spectre slow, the towers and the boss effectively don't get a turn. I just haven't changed my Lapis because I use it for TOA. But yeah, ideally you would want her on speed, crit damage, accuracy, or actually attack crit damage accuracy is totally fine. And then on Violent is pretty good. And like I said, because on S1 she does attack bar pushback. So that's the reason why she's pretty good for this dungeon, because if the boss isn't getting a turn, then you don't take any damage. So
exactly.
That's why Lapis is pretty good for this dungeon, honestly.
Way said, no hard feelings, lol. I guess I just had big expectations for the update. I was hella excited. They made it out to seem like it was great live, but it just big letdown to many people. And I won't argue that, because I've seen that sentiment online, right? Like what you just said, that is, and then he went on to say, but I'm glad they're fixing it at least. Me too. I have a huge amount of faith in the devs regarding this update, just because like I know this thing is their baby. They've invested a ton of time and effort into making this thing work. So like, they're not going to let it just drop, and then if people don't like it, they're just going to leave it like that. That's not the stage of Summoner's War that we're in.
Yeah.
That isn't where we're at. So, but I have seen that sentiment online, and that's also that you have to understand too. That's the sentiment that we're passing along to HQ. We're like, here's how people are feeling, and I just end this whole comment with a reminder that part 2 is still coming. Like, this is half, right? A lot of the Reloaded update was taking things out to make them more understandable, make them a little better, modernize the game. Now we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, let's add things in. New Second Awakenings, new Abyss floors, new dungeon. Like, that's all great stuff, right?
Also, not a lot of companies will hold a press conference to tell you, hey, a lot of things in our game don't make sense.
That's so true.
Not alone.
I love it, dude.
It's commendable. They literally had a big old press conference, hundreds of people to say, you know what?
None of this makes sense.
We gotta. Okay, this don't make any sense. Like, why do we have this going on?
So true, bro.
Why are people absorbing attack bar that isn't there? Okay, yo, we gotta fix this, bro. We gotta fix this. We messed it up here. We gotta fix this stuff.
Oh my god, bro.
So, like, really commendable, because again, a lot of app games in general don't have this type of.
No one would say that.
They'll just keep on trucking, and they'll probably put in the notice that which most people won't read. They literally had the CEO, like all the managers, go on stage and say, you know what? We kind of messed up. Some of the stuff wasn't making any sense.
It's all out.
We gotta change it.
We're taking it out.
We gotta change it.
Oh, and like, yeah. That is so true, Jug. I'm glad you brought that up. And I also like it was kind of a low-key part. I like that they condensed the artifact substats too. I do like the new, I'm always really hesitant when it comes to adding new items or materials to the game, but I like the new legend crafting thing. I think it's cool that we have like a resource where we can craft legends. So let me see. So Evan, can you tell me about the new rune from the Abyss stage? Also, does Abyss Dragon drop different new runes from the Abyss Giants? Oh, that's it! What perfect timing! Perfect timing. See if it rolls speed. Let's go.
Ew.
Okay, so unfortunately, we're selling it. So the Intangible rune completes a set. If anybody missed the explanation for Intangible, if you're missing one rune out of a rune set, it will complete it. If you only have 3 violent runes, equip 1 Intangible, and you've got a violent set, baby. That's what it is. But it can only replace 1 set, right? So there's a lot of like caveats to that, but that is the simple explanation. It's a very important rune. That's why you farm Abyss floors, you know. But like you can't re-app it, and you can't buy it. That's the other thing. They're not putting it in a pack. That's the other thing.
And you can't re-app it. That's the big part.
I don't know if that's like a timed thing. I don't know if like one day they'll be like, oh, we'll do an Intangible.
Never allow you to re-app it.
Me too. Me too.
Super busted. So being able to re-app it is actually a coordination.
That mana looks like he's using a cheat.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's all I do. I've been playing this game for 8 years. I don't buy premium packs. I only do it for streams. I only do it because I'm like, hey, it's content. Let's watch some summons. But all I do is farm. I'm a machine here.
Yeah.
The time is going. I'll farm it nonstop. That's all I do. I play this game for 8 years. Like I sell most runes. I keep some. I have runes in here that I still haven't rolled through yet.
Yeah.
All I do is farm. That's why I have so much mana.
Yeah.
There's people that more than me. Y'all see Thompson? Thompson has like probably like 6 billion. I have a lot of mana. So to me, it's not that big of a deal. I have a lot of mana.
Wait, so Intangible is only 1 set, not 2, meaning it will not work on, like, if you're missing a will rune and a violent rune,
it won't replace both.
It won't replace both. Exactly. You gotta commit to fulfilling 1 set. In fact, I don't even know if it'll let you do. Well, it might let you equip it, but you're not going to get any bonuses. Basically, what you'll end up with, if you have 3 violent runes, 1 will rune, and an intangible rune, you'll have no set benefit.
Yeah.
That's what the result is there. So you got to make sure that it's only 1 rune set missing. Holy damage! Yeah, indeed, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it almost hurts.
Okay, exactly. Will there ever make an auto farm for more than 10 repeats? You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. It's hard for me to say. It is hard for me to say. So for that one, unfortunately, I probably shouldn't even comment on that because I don't want to lean in one direction. Oh, and I totally forgot the most important part of the update for me. Runes now have their original rarity.
Oh, you didn't want that.
I did. I asked for it. I was in Korea and I pitched it to them. I talk about that. I know I've said that so many times, but I'm like low key so thrilled.
It goes to Savannah. Actually, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, because that was one of the that was one of the things that like you were talking about. It's like how many companies would come up and say this doesn't make sense, and they did.
They don't.
And they said it. They were like,
look. I'm telling you right now, most companies will put it in a notice that most of you guys don't read.
and it's like a ghost shadow nerf or shadow change, right?
It's like most of you guys don't read the notice. They literally, the whole entire conference, went on the stage, went up on the mic and said, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Let's get this
And
out of here.
something I also don't think that people are kind of like paying enough mind to, that I personally think is really important for how you perceive the background of Summoner's War, the part of Summoner's War that you don't interact with, which is the dev's perspective on things. So like when they released the absorb attack bar thing, it was followed immediately by a slide of monsters that would be impacted that they were going to change, right? I love that clarity, that transparency, where they're like, we're going to keep an eye on this, and if any monsters that like are out there that absorb attack bar are negatively impacted by this, well, you can probably expect us to adjust them later down the line.
Yeah.
I think that transparency of like, we're going to try this, if it doesn't work, we're going to update it. I think that is so great for the future of Summoner's War.
No, it's great.
Actually, I think that is so good. And it's not something I'm seeing a lot of people talk about, but that level of transparency would not have been seen like when I joined the company, like 2017. There's a lot of like new design philosophies out there in the design team or in the dev team, and I think it really shows. Yeah, I don't think that they adjusted. They didn't change every absorb attack bar out there. They didn't do every single one, but they did a few for now. And I forgot about the still. Best tip: read notice in game. Will Intangible Rune drop from... Yes, it'll drop from the Abyss floors.
Yeah, it drops only from Abyss floors.
So regardless of like what version, like Giant Dragon, etc., it's going to be only in there. Which thematically fits, right? Because the Intangible Rune can complete any set, so it would make sense that it would be in any dungeon. The other one that we didn't talk about yet was the Seal Rune, and I think that the Seal Rune is also another argument for why this was such a good update.
Oh, Seal Runes are great.
Because Seal Rune is the answer to a lot of, like, I'll use the word problematic, rune sets in the community's eyes, you know what I mean? Like problem points in RTA when it's like you're up against somebody who keeps despair stunning you, you're up against somebody who keeps violent procking. You can shut that down with Seal Runes.
I do hope, my one hope, is that they increase it from 15 to at least 20 to 25. I think 15 is a little bit low, but again, the RTA meta hasn't started yet.
Dude, Manon's 15% though. Manon's 15%, and how often do you get?
Why do you just brought in Manon and just?
I brought in Manon.
Makes sense.
Dude, Manon, think of every time you think about 15, just think how many times have you gotten parried by a Manon, and that is 15%.
Not wrong.
Yeah, that's
I have no argument. You're 1,000% correct.
That's crazy. Yeah, and you can apply more sets too, right? So you can do 2, 4, 6. You could do.
Well, it depends though, because a lot of units you won't want like 4 sets,
True.
like 3 sets on. You can probably do like another set, like especially for like high level RTA. You're not gonna run a lot of units on like triple seal.
Who could you see runing on triple seal actually?
Kinky.
Oh my god.
Kinky 1,000%.
Dude, that's actually like, that's so good. I could see Kinky doing it. My first thought was someone that like I don't know, because you want your healers to be on violent.
Yeah, what I said was, because I was streaming it.
Robos.
Yeah, what I immediately said was
Oh
I think the goal is for a lot of turn 1 units to be on like Swift Seal or Violent Seal. Like if your unit goes like, if you like say you have a Moor or a Chiwu or whatever, you'll probably do, instead of Swift Broken, you'll probably do Swift Seal if you get it fast enough.
Oh, Wind Monkey. Wind Monkey is such a great idea for that one too.
Revenge,
wow, anything that revenges I think would be really good on triple seal. Tesarion Oblivion plus seal sounds nasty. Oh my god.
Nasty.
You're super
I
Oblivion.
did say that too. I said Tesarion, like,
Super
let's say you do like
Oblivion.
Tesarion on Violent Seal, that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, super Oblivion. But yeah, that would be crazy. Would Galleon work with seal? Not in the way that you want him to.
Yeah.
Not in the way that you
I
want.
don't think you want Galleon on
You gotta hit. It's kind of an application thing. Yeah, Kiki would be nuts. Like with the AoE, Kiki would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Tesarion Double Revenge Seal, it sounds good. I don't think it's that good, because I think for like high level RTA, you want him on Violent, because Tesarion works extremely hard to Oblivion, and he has to keep up. So I think the Violent procs are kind of needed for him to do his job effectively. So but you can run him on Violent Seal or Violent Revenge and still fine.
I could see having something like like a Riley on seal too. Something like, so on one set of seal.
Yeah.
So like violent seal instead of like violent will, you know, you just kind of get through that first turn, hope that, you know, they don't like Daphnis you down or something like that. And then over time, right, like there's your value for Riley late game. You know, she can like kind of shut down enemy rune sets when she only has skill 1 or something. That could work. I think that could be kind of cool too. And of course, I want to shout out one more time. I saw somebody say Robos earlier. I think Wind Robo on Seal would be so oppressive,
Robo,
dude.
Fire Robo. I think Auto Robo is actually pretty good.
Fire Robo.
Especially Dark Robo, because Dark Robo multi-hits, so you have more of a chance to apply Seal. So it's actually pretty good.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
But you're losing out on Will, so you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, they have it.
Especially this battle, losing out on Will is kind of bunker sometimes.
Tasty Oblivion for spiritual boss is so fun. I gotta finally, yeah, doing Oblivion, the spiritual boss putting Oblivion is pretty crazy. They're gonna set up so many siege defense traps. Yeah, it's the answer to what we needed. But remember, guys, the caveat, just in case somebody hasn't seen the preview, it only turns off runes with a bonus set effect, meaning it doesn't adjust, it doesn't turn off anything that increases your stats. So if you seal somebody with energy on, it doesn't remove that HP. Right? It's not that brutal. It's if you seal somebody with rage, it doesn't turn off their crit damage. That's not what it does.
It's more brutal.
Yeah, it's just the like, it's just despair, violent, vampire, etc. Like bonus stuff.
Yeah.
That would be pretty insane. If it's just 15% chance to take a bunch of HP off them or crit damage off them, that makes everybody into the Dark Lightning Emperor. But chat, this has been such a fun stream. I'm so sorry, but I didn't even realize that we're actually overtime. I was having a lot of fun talking about chat.
There's a lot of discussion topics.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
It's a hot update, so it's understandable.
I hope you guys had as much fun as we did, because this was great. And again, if you guys want to keep talking about this stuff, please come on back. We stream every Wednesday and Friday. Jug streams as well. Jug, tell folks where to follow you.
First off, Buff Celia.
Buff Celia?
Yeah. Should we do that every stream? But yeah, you can follow me twitch.tv/Juggernaut. I will be streaming later, I believe. More of the update. Just I know a lot of people want to know more about the update, more farming teams. I'll be testing out a lot of teams. A lot of people in my Discord have been talking about it too. It's a very cool update so far, in my opinion, because it is a lot of changes. A lot of changes in farming that need to happen. We're finally here, and over time we'll improve more on it. And we'll see how it goes. Like I said, luckily this is part 1 of the update, so we'll give it more time. And then hopefully part 2, because we can start looking at those other changes like PvP and all the other stuff. But so far, really, really cool update, and I'm glad they addressed a lot of stuff in the game. Yeah, and I'm really excited to be exploring the update with you guys. Like all of us doing it together at the same time. Again, I like seeing the community come together to solve the new puzzles that new updates like this bring. So have fun, guys. Develop new teams. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel as well. We got a new video on the 2 new monsters coming out. It's a concept art video. Hope you guys dig it. Coming out tomorrow on the channel. Stay in chat if you're on Twitch. We're going to raid somebody. Bye-bye, everybody.